Hello everyone and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. Today we're going to be looking at evolution. We finished off all the mega updates at this point, so if you've watched through the mega updates you should have a working battle code, but let's start by taking a look at how all of this works for evolution. Let's see, okay, let's bring up our menu. We have our party, and if we click on our party, so I've got obviously her badger. Let's click on her badger. I did start doing a render target, but I think he's just a bit too big at the moment, bless him, to fit into it. But if we click evolve, it should hopefully send us over to the evolution world. Now obviously nothing's loaded in, there we go. He evolves and he turns into his new form. It's not very great looking. Obviously my models are too big or too small depending, and cameras obviously need to be moved around. But the end result is that we have now got Badger. Again, he's too big to fit in the render screen. But I've just clicked escape. God darn it. Let's retry that. It should obviously happen a lot slower. Oh, it's remembered that I had Badger though. That's kind of good. Okay, so it does save at the end. That's fine. I need to... There we go. And if I press T, it should close. There we go. That's how I should have done it originally. Right, so it remembers that we've got Badger, so it saves obviously at the end of the game, which is good. That's how it should be. So let's enter a battle, and we should now send out Badger. Hopefully he's not like gigantic where I haven't... Oh, it's shiny! Wait, what? We found a shiny! What the heck? Oh my god, okay. Badger, please don't kill this. Use root sap or something. It's shiny! What the hell? We found a shiny. Oh my days. Okay. Well, at least we know shinies work at a 1 in 4,096 chance, I guess. Whatever the odds are. That's insane. What the hell? Okay, fine. Okay, we found a shiny. I'm in a really good mood for some reason now. Let's capture it. Let's see if we can capture it and get a shiny on our team. Let's just make sure all the shiny stuff works, right? Why not? He didn't catch. Oh, okay. Oops. Fine. Let's we're genuinely playing the game now. We're not even... Who cares about evolution at this point? We got shinies to catch, right? Let's see if we can capture it again. Did it catch? No, it was really close though. Okay, fine. Fine. You want to play hard to get? I understand, you're a shiny. I get it. It shouldn't be easy to be able to get you. Why is it slowing down? There we go. Capture. There we go. We call it. It's fine. We got it. Yay! We got a shiny on the team. What the hell? Oh my god. Alright, fine. Well, that was an interesting 2-minute start to the game. Yeah, there you go. We got the shiny icon and everything. Wow, I can't actually believe we found that. While recording. Amazing. Wow. That's actually the first legit shiny I found like that. Okay, fine. Right. Excitement over. We've got a shiny. This is great. Let's come out of this now with our shiny and our evolved Badger. And we're going to take a look at obviously some of the things that we need to set up for this. So the first things first, let's go to our creature info. Now I've obviously created a new creature section for Badger. And inside her badger, I've told it the level I want it to be able to evolve, and I've told it the name of the creature I want it to evolve to. Very important for obviously being able to evolve our creatures up. And other than that, let's go into our party widget, which is this one, the one where we have our party menu. We've set up a secondary window that will obviously hold all the information for that creature, so like IVs, EVs, final stats. I want to have all of its description and move list and all that sort of stuff. And this here will eventually be where we can swap in and out our moves. We also have a button that just says evolve on it. It's nothing special, but if we go to the graph, what's happening is if we click on, if we go back here, these all got buttons, by the way. These all have a button over the top of them. An invisible button that when clicked, so here, on clicked, will set this slot as active. And if it's active, we'll set all the information to visible. If we then select it again, it will set it to not active and set it to hidden. The reason this active or not active is useful is because if this is active, it knows to only hide that one bit of information. But if we click on it and this one is not active, but let's say this one is, it will unset all the other things from being active, so that when we click on these buttons, it won't just keep adding new windows or, you know, overlaying itself and things like that. So let's just look at the first one. It's obviously copied down for every button. My computer's being very slow right now. I don't know why. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have slot 1, which is Herbadger at the moment, or Shrubadger. It gets, obviously, all the elements that's on that stat border, needs to be hidden or visible. So every element that you add needs to make sure that it goes invisible or hidden when you don't want to see it. If you don't add something to this, something will remain on screen after pressing, and you'll just have issues. So you just need to make sure that you're, like for me, at the moment, the only thing I've got on here is this, and these two boxes. The boxes don't matter too much. They'll be invisible no matter what until they have information in them. But for now, the 3D image border and the stat box are the two things that at the moment need to be invisible. Same for the background image 0. I need to rename that. But they also need to be hidden and visible. And also the button needs to be visible or hidden. Now, you're probably wondering why I've split this up. It's more just for my sanity, so I know what I'm looking at, and when I want to amend certain things, I can do. But mainly it's just, yeah, for organization skills. I could just plug both of those into this thing and have it all do it under one. But for me, I just like to be able to see what I'm actually doing when I'm doing it. It's just more for organization than anything. The main thing we're doing here, when we hit this active button at the moment, the main thing we need to make sure is if it evolves via level, current level and evolution level, is its evolution level higher or equal to its current level. Now, if you want a creature that doesn't evolve via level, you need to set it to 101, because your levels can't go any higher than 101, so it will never hit the evolution level. If you leave it at 0, it will always be able to evolve, and you'll run into issues where it will just wipe the creature and you'll have no creature. It'll be like a none creature, an error creature, if you will. So, and that you do in here, just for anyone who's wondering. You set this evolution level to 101 or 150, 200, it doesn't matter, because your creature will never go above 100. So back into the party widget, we're doing a check for that. If it comes back true, we set the evolution button to visible. Otherwise it will always be hidden, and that's why we come off the false and go into here. That's the last thing you should do in this run of things. Whatever you're doing, do your evolution last, so that you don't have any issues where this continues on the code for other stuff. And then if we are setting the visible, the button to visible, we then want to set up a new variable called party slot index, and we set that as the party index we're looking at, because that's obviously the one that's going to be evolving. Once we've done that, of course on event construct I also cast to the third person, so I can get that variable and set it. I promote it to a variable, and then up here on the click on that evolve button, so on here, this is a button when we click on it, so get your variable down the bottom here, your event, sorry, should have saved. Get it from the bottom there, that on-clicked variable event. Jesus Christ. I also recast a third-person character. You shouldn't need to, but I'm doing it just for extra safety, and so I can keep everything neat by getting all of these variables we want to keep. Now, of course, we're passing our information through to the save party info, and we're getting the game from the game instance. Okay, so get the game instance, get that save party info message, and then plug in these ones for now. We shouldn't need anything else, so like it's not an encounter, so we don't need to worry about that. We're not changing the camera location, so we don't need to worry about that. And we just tick the other ones to true. Evolution goes to true, has rolled and has Pokemon all go to true. The evolution true only needs to be ticked on this event. It doesn't need to be done in your encounters, wild BP, or any other save locations. You just need to do it for evolution true. So once you set that up, we can have a look at the world. Now, let's go to our content, let's go to our map. I think mine is actually saved in Cornwallington. It is, there it is, the evolution level. If you want something similar, I do have another tutorial. It's on my channel where you can look at Spacescape and all that kind of good stuff. I thought this looked pretty good for an evolution world. Now, you'll notice Firstly, I have this post-process that does the cartoon post-process. It's very much needed. We also have one of our party spawn targets. We have a player spawn because I found if I didn't have this set up, the player would just fall and it would never take over this camera. So, yeah, it was the only way I could get around it. But as you can see, when you look through the camera, this plane is invisible. That's because I've set it to hidden in game. To find that, click on the panel in the description search box, find hidden, and you can see actor hidden. Okay, and if I open it up, it should say in game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, actor hidden in game. So, and it's the same for this one, I believe. No, it's not, because this you'll never see. So we have this player start. That's where obviously our player will spawn. We have a plane there that's just floating that he'll stand on. It'll never be seen. Then we have a camera, just a standard camera actor I've dragged in, and then we use our party spawn there to spawn our creature in, and you can see the direction it will face. And then all the rest of it's done in the level blueprint. It'll just run through it, and then we come back out the other end. So, my computer's been a bit slow, I apologise. Here we go. So, if we go to the bottom, the other end, let's have a look. We come from the start. So, on event begin play, we start with getting our third person character and we set that as a promotional variable. We get the party slot, we cast to the party save, we set our creature party so that we know what we have on our team. Otherwise, it will be none. Then we spawn the creature in. No, we don't. We're spawning our player in first. My apologies. The reason is that if we don't spawn him at that player spawn, basically we'll just fall through the air and then the whole thing breaks. So make sure to spawn your player at the player spawn location. And I have given this a name, I believe. No, I haven't. It's just nothing, but that's fine. It should find it anyway, because it's the only one. So, we spawn our player at the find player start. We do an actor transform. And then we set our follow camera to not active. The reason for that is so that it allows us to go set this to the blend target, which is this new camera actor we've spawned into the world, and we get our player controller to target that. We got our players. We load our game slot on our party save again, and then we are getting the creature party and the evolution index from that. We're just basically doing this to find the Ringmon we're evolving. And you'll probably recognize this as before. We're checking against the evolution index for our party. So we're just getting our party slot. So from the Ringmon party, break that slot, get the party index, and check using an equal if it's the one we're looking at. If it comes back true, the slot 1 can go out through this Ringmon out. You can literally just drag it in and it will add it in there for you. And then we're just doing that for all 6 party slots. Okay, and we're just doing that so we can find out which creature it is we're saving. Okay, once we figured out what we're saving, we need to do something with that information. First thing we're going to do is spawn that creature in. So we get all actors of class, which is the party spawn target. We do a get, and we get actor transform, and we spawn actor, and that goes into the spawn transform. From the Ringmon out, we break it to get the creature information. We break that again to get that Ringmon class, and that goes up into there. Next thing we want to do is we want to do a dialogue. This is just my wild encounter dialogue. It's just this name is evolving, and oh yeah, and the wild text is what's this. So what's this creature name is evolving, and then we add that to the viewport. We do a delay of 3 seconds. We destroy the actor, which is this this original creature, so her badger in this scenario, and then we need to get the evolved form. Once we've done that, we do the Ringmon in, creature info, evolution name, and we get the creature information data table, and then we send that out. The out row becomes the new Ringmon. Okay, so in this example, we get her badger in, we find out what it's evolving into, we find that on the creature information data table row, and then that goes back out. And then we just need to do a couple of original things we've done before. So the first thing we want to do is spawn in Shrubadger. So I'm going to do I want to do a delay here, actually, just here, before we load up, because I found it was quite quick. We didn't really get to see Shrubadger. So let's do a 3-second delay there as well, so we get to see him. I think that would work out better. Sorry. So the evolve form comes out, which is Shrubadger. We know Shrubadger's coming through now. We get that class and we spawn the actor. Same thing again. Party, spawn, target, get actor transform, spawn the actor, and the class is Shrubadger now. And then we get the new Ringmon stats. Now this is important, obviously, for making sure that Shrubadger has all of his stats set up. So it's going to be quite long-winded, but first things first, we need to make sure all of the information is correct for Shrubadger. Now you'll notice that we're not swapping things like IVs, EVs, and base stats. They are all the same. They go all the way through as normal. Same for the slot index, same for slot set. The only things we need to set are the creature information and the final stats. So our evolved creature comes in. This is Shrubadger coming in here. This is her badger's old information from the Ringmon party. So a lot of these things are staying the same. Things like index number, Ringmon class, name, species, type 1, type 2. This is all coming from Shrubadger. It's all going to be updated to Shrubadger. The only thing that's not getting updated is the move slot, the learned moves, the current XP, the max XP, current level, if it's shiny or not, active status, so if it was poisoned when we evolved it, and gender. It was all staying the same. Everything else can be plugged in. The rest comes from our creature information in. So this is her badger's information coming in here, and this up here is Shrubadger. So her badger's basic information comes in. We break its creature information, and we take those remaining information from her badger. So the moves it had, the learnable moves it had learned, the current XP, the max XP, the current level, the shiny status, active status, and gender all get plugged in to here. They all stay the same, if you will. Okay? I know that sounds kind of confusing, but trust me, it's how it is. Shrubadger's information comes in here, gets plugged into the old information for her badger, okay? Because this is going into a new Ringmon. This will go into slot 1, for example. And then this is all her badger, okay? We take Shrubadger's name. We get the base stat information for Shrubadger, okay? That's what the row name we're looking for is. And that comes down into here, and we break that here so that we can, again, do our level up. I've done it the old way again. I haven't used the math expression here. So use the math expression here for getting your final stats. Here we're getting her badger's EVs and her badger's IVs. We're doing the divide by 4 for the EVs as well. And then we're making our final stats, which goes into this new party information here. This is all her badger, by the way. The IVs, the EVs, and the base stats, they all come from her badger. But I just realized, actually, we don't want her badger's base stats. We want Shrubadger's base stats. So that needs to go in there. There we go. That's actually it. We don't need because Shrubadger has its own base stats, which is what we're using here to drive these final stats. We want to make sure we're not saving over. We want to make sure we save over her badger's base stats with Shrubadger's base stats. That's way better. Okay, and that's how it's done. It's very confusing, I know, but when you basically have done that, you get your new Ringmon in. So we do an update Ringmon party, okay? And what we're doing here is we're just checking to see what that evolution index was. It goes into a party index reference, and we're just checking that against the party slot. I know that's a winded way of doing it. We probably could have done the evolution index, but it saves me having green lines going all over my code. And if it is true, it sets over slot 1 in the Ringmon party. We're setting the member. If it's slot 2, it does slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, etc. all the way down. Okay, And then that's it. It's done. And then all we have left to do after that is saving the game. So we get the load game from party slot. We get the party slot game. We save the bits that come from the party slot. But the one thing we want to update is the Ringmon party for sure. Everything else can stay the same. And this can go to 0 and this can go to false on those. You don't need to worry about those. And then we just open the level. And it's as simple as that. And it's done. And you should have yourself an evolved Ringmon, creature, Pokemon, whatever you want to call it. It's long-winded, but it's very actually straightforward. And hopefully at the end of it, you've got yourself an evolved creature. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hopefully you found this very useful. And I will see you in the next episode. Much love. Take care. Bye.